Let me take a look. So the first question was, I want to do so many things, but I have no support system. How will I gain the courage to take off? So I can very much so relate to that because I had, like I said on the show, that I had this desire to help people, to life coach, and I didn't know what I was going to need or what I was going to do. It was something that it took for somebody to help me take that leap, but it also was like me believing in myself and what I could do. And so it's all about you realizing what your craft is. I mean, you have to become clear on what you want to do before you take off. Like, you don't have to have, a lot of people don't have a support system. And I think I got a lot of that last week when I made a post and I asked people what was prohibiting them from reaching their goals, and they say I don't have a support system. You don't necessarily need a support system. I know many people who've taken off with successful businesses that they've done on their own. So you don't necessarily need a support system. All you really need to do is believe in you and your craft, and the people will follow once they see what you can do. So it's nothing that you can just believe. You can't believe in yourself easily. It's things you have to do. I didn't just instantly believe that I could do what I did. I finally started taking off on this last year, and I knew years ago that this was something I wanted to do. So it's nothing as simple. It takes time. You have to constantly talk to yourself about what you're doing. You have to be clear on what you want to do, your passion, and then it'll come to you. So have that confidence and rely on that. Don't rely on people to accept you before you start pursuing your dreams. So go ahead and take a leap. That's what I had to do, and everything fell into place. And so someone asked me, how do I know my passion or what that is? Gosh, like I said in the show, like you know it's a passion when it's something that you feel it. Like it's a difference, like I said in the show, it's a difference between talent and a gift. And your gift you're passionate about. Like you stay up late at night and you wake up early in the morning with ideas on how you want to pursue it. It's something that just stays within you. And each day as you take steps towards it, you get more, things make more sense to you. And then it's something that you just can talk about, like the ladies did on my show earlier. You can just talk about it and really feel it, and you're willing to make a sacrifice. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels the way, but you're willing to make sacrifices for something that you're passionate about. You're willing to put your all into it. You're not going to procrastinate because you know it's something you want to do. So it's 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 your passion when you can just feel it every day. When it's an itch. I had an itch. For me wanting to be a life coach. It's something I couldn't shake off. So go with what you feel, and that's how you really will know if it's something that you really need to be doing, that you're passionate about, or even try it. Like, take a leap on something that you believe is your gift. And sometimes, like with me last year, I took a leap, but it wasn't the direction I wanted to. And the way that I knew it was because of how I felt. I wasn't happy doing it. I wasn't really fulfilled. And so sometimes that's your confirmation, and then you can go back to the drawing board, and just go based off how you feel. Another question I was asked was, I fear that no one will accept me if I take this leap of faith. That's a common fear. I think that's everybody's fear. And I encourage you to not think that way. It's easier said than done, but it's one of those things you have to overcome within yourself. I thought that with myself. I was like, people don't know this about me, but half my family don't know this stuff about me. Will people accept this Justina? People accept this Justina, the serious Justina who's saying all these problems, talking to women, talking about deep-rooted, intimate, transparent issues, not the goofy, playful Justina who's the life of the party, or who knows how to get people together. Like, will they really accept this Justina? And I had to get out of my own head and all of these parts are me. And so it's just one of those things. It's bigger than me. I can't worry about acceptance when this is bigger than me. So you have to gain that mentality and not worry about what other people are going to think, because if they can relate, then they'll jump on board. But that can't be your main focus, so I wouldn't. Just know that you have people who are waiting on you, and that's what I had to realize. People are waiting on me to do what I need to do, so I need to get out of my own way. People are missing out on being helped. People are missing out on reaching their goals because I'm sitting here procrastinating and worrying about who's going to accept me. So since I overcame that, every day or every week, I put myself out there. I put my personals out there, whatever it takes to reach women in a way where they know I can relate to them. So you have to get over that if it's something that's your purpose. Last question. I want to teach and preach people, but I want to live my life. So that is definitely a big thing that people allow themselves before, that prevents people from taking action on their goals because they want to live their life. And so I hear you say you want to teach and preach. So by living your life, I guess you're meaning you want to still be able to do the same things, because if you're teaching and preaching, then it's a certain standard that you do have to live by. It's said. But I know a lot of people who still teach and preach, and they still are the same people that they were personality-wise. But yes, you are going to have to make a sacrifice and change things up. I mean, you are, essentially, like I was told before, if certain things that I'm going to have to not do in my life or let go of if I want God to have his hands on it. And so it depends on what perspective you're going from. I'm coming from a spiritual perspective, and I want God to see my stuff all the way through, so I have to be right according to his standards. And so that's how I took it. But for you, I mean, I think there's no greater feeling than living in integrity when you're pursuing your dreams. So, I mean, it's a lot of pressure. It's kind of a choice you have to make. How bad do you want it? I wanted this bad. So I had to make some sacrifices. I had to let go of some things that weren't good for me. Some things, some people. I had to get out some situations. I had to be by myself, for me to be able to do what I'm doing. And you have to make those sacrifices. So do you really want it? There is no gray. There's a song out there. There's no gray.
Jonathan McReynolds.
Yes, Jonathan McReynolds. There's no gray. So that is the last question I had for the week. Thank you for tuning in to Q&A with Jay, and also tuning into The Breakthrough. And I will see you next week. Thank you, everybody.
That's a hard thing, though.